Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to depart on a two-day visit to Israel this morning. Prime Minister to address Israeli Parliament and hold wide-ranging talks with his counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu. India and Israel unequivocally condemn terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, including cross-border terrorism. Union Cabinet approves renaming state of Kerala to Keralam. DGCA tightens norms for non-scheduled flight operators, says pilots cannot be simply blamed for lapses. India abstains in UN General Assembly on draft resolution calling for unconditional ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. And in cricket, England beat Pakistan by 2 wickets to enter T20 World Cup semifinals. And now, the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will leave on a two-day state visit to Israel in a short while from now. This will be the second visit of the Prime Minister to Israel. During the visit, the Prime Minister will meet his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu. The two leaders will review the significant progress made in India-Israel strategic partnership. They will discuss further opportunities in various areas of cooperation, including science and technology, innovation, defense and security, agriculture, water management, trade and economy, and people-to-people exchanges. The leaders are also expected to exchange perspectives on regional and global issues of mutual interest. Mr. Modi will also call on the President of Israel, Isaac Herzog. Now we go over live to our correspondent Dheeraj Kakadia in Jerusalem for the latest update on the Prime Minister's visit. Dheeraj, what latest update you have for our listeners on Prime Minister's visit to Israel?
Anuja, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be arriving in Tel Aviv around 4:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time. He will be received at airport by Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, his Israeli counterpart, and immediately after landing, they will be having talks. Both leaders are known to be giving personal touches to the diplomacy. After this, both leaders will be proceeding to Jerusalem, which is around 50 kilometers away, and rest of all the programs are organized in Jerusalem only. Around 85,000 India origin Jews who migrated after creation of Jewish homeland in form of Israel nation, they are eager to welcome our Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other Indian migrated people, which are around 18 to 20,000 in number. They are also keenly waiting for Prime Minister to come to Israel. The main program today is Prime Minister's address to Israeli Parliament, which is called Knesset. Knesset is a unicameral legislature, meaning it has only one chamber. Prime Minister's address is eagerly awaited not only in government circle but throughout Israel. And Israel these days give due significance to Indian views and particularly those of our Prime Minister. Today, after this main program, Mr. Modi will be heading to see one tech exhibition in which top Israeli technologies will be demonstrated. During today's programs, Prime Minister is also scheduled to be talking to Indian origin Jews and other people. Top Israeli technologies demonstration will be very important because Israel is too ahead in artificial intelligence and on technology front, particularly in defense technologies. These are highlights of the first day of his two-day tour to Israel. With this, back to Anuja.
Thank you, Dheeraj, for that update. India and Israel have strongly and unequivocally condemned terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. During the 10th meeting of the India-Israel Joint Working Group on Counter-terrorism held in New Delhi yesterday, both countries emphasized that confronting terrorism requires sustained, comprehensive and concerted action. A report.
The meeting underscored the importance of bilateral cooperation between India and Israel. Both sides agreed to strengthen cooperation through training, cyber security, exchange of best practices, and information sharing, as well as enhanced law enforcement and judicial coordination. They also renewed their commitment to enhance cooperation at multilateral forums, including the UN and FATF. India and Israel strongly condemned the brutal terror attacks in both countries and stressed the urgent need to hold the perpetrators accountable. They also discussed emerging threats such as terrorist recruitment, misuse of technology, and the growing use of unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, and AI for terror activities. Both sides decided to hold the next meeting of the Joint Working Group on Counter-terrorism in Israel. With Anupam and Dilnashi Arzu, Tripti Srivastav, Akashvani News, Delhi.
The Union Cabinet has approved the proposal for alteration of the name of the state of Kerala as Keralam. Briefing media after the Cabinet meeting, Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said, after approval of the Cabinet, the President of India will refer a bill, namely the Kerala Alteration of Name Bill 2026, to the State Legislative Assembly of Kerala for expressing its views.
एक बड़ी डिमांड थी कि केरला का नाम
There was a long-standing demand that the name of Kerala should be changed to Keralam. The Union Cabinet has approved this demand. Following this decision, the Honourable President will send the Kerala Alteration of Name Bill 2026 to the State Legislative Assembly. After the decision of the State Assembly is received, the Government of India will take the next step in the matter.
भारत सरकार इसमें अगला स्टेप लेगी.
The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approves 3 multi-tracking projects covering 8 districts across Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and Jharkhand. The total estimated cost of the projects is 9,072 crore rupees and will be completed by 2030-31. Mr. Vaishnaw said the projects are doubling of the Gondia-Jabalpur railway line, addition of the 3rd and 4th lines between Punarak and Kiul in Bihar, and also the 3rd and 4th lines between Gamharia and Chandil in Jharkhand. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download the News on AIR app. Directorate General of Civil Aviation has announced stringent new safety mandates for non-scheduled flight operators following a high-level review meeting held yesterday amid a recent rise in aviation incidents. The regulator said pilots cannot be simply blamed for lapses. It said safety must take precedence over commercial considerations, including charter and VIP commitments, and reaffirmed that a pilot in command's decision on safety grounds will be final. Under the new measures, operators must publicly disclose key safety details such as aircraft age, maintenance history, and pilot experience. Artificial intelligence is playing a significant role in the banking sector by enhancing data analysis, predicting trends and fraud risks, and improving customer engagement. The recently concluded India AI Impact Expo 2026 in Delhi showcased how AI is rapidly transforming India's banking ecosystem, with voice-enabled AI agents now handling everything from customer queries to back-end operations, reducing turnaround time and improving efficiency across the sector. Talking to Akashvani News, Arpan Khosla, head of marketing at Blue Machines AI, described the India AI Impact Summit as a historic moment for India's AI ecosystem, adding that the platform showcased India not just as a consumer, but as a builder of AI technologies.
I think India AI Impact Summit is a historic moment, I feel like, for India. I think this is a pivotal moment where the world realizes that we are not just consumers of AI, we are actually building them. This is a great showcase. So imagine the possibilities with AI entering the workforce. Now human beings can focus more towards, more creative jobs, and AI can take over the more redundant, the more basic tasks. I think India AI Summit, you've seen global leaders coming here, just puts us as the leaders there.
President Draupadi Murmu will inaugurate a 4-day National Arogya Fair today at Shegaon in Buldhana district of Maharashtra. More from our correspondent.
During this fair, visitors will be provided free consultations, health checkups and medicines across Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Soga, Rigpa and Homeopathy systems. The aim of this 4-day event is to create awareness among the masses about Ayush systems of medicine through medicinal plant cultivation and agroforestry, and to provide comprehensive healthcare services and create new livelihood opportunities for the farmers. In the evening, the President will also launch a state-level campaign by Brahma Kumari's organization titled A Golden Era of Maharashtra Through Unity and Trust at the Vishwa Shanti Sarovar Complex in Jamtha near Nagpur. Dhananjay Wankhede, Akashwani News, Nagpur.
India abstained in the UN General Assembly last night on a draft resolution that called for an immediate, full and unconditional ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. The draft resolution was adopted by the 193-member UN General Assembly with 107 nations voting in favour, 12 against and 51 abstentions. India was among the 51 member states abstaining from the resolution. President Donald Trump has declared that US is back and is currently richer and stronger than ever before. President Trump was delivering his first State of the Union address during his second term as the president to a sharply divided Congress this morning. A central theme of his speech was national security, where he claimed to have established the most secure border in American history. Trump highlighted a major shift from previous years, stating that the unfettered flow of millions of illegal aliens has been stopped. He further supported his claims of a 100% closed border by announcing that the flow of deadly fentanyl into the country has dropped by a record 56% in just 1 year. And in sports, in the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, Pakistan's hopes of reaching the semi-finals suffered a major blow after England clinched a dramatic 2-wicket victory in their Group 2 Super 8 match in Sri Lanka last night. A scintillating century from captain Harry Brook powered England to a nail-biting victory, assuring them of a semi-final place. Brook struck 100 off just 51 balls in a tense chase. Earlier, elected to bat first, Pakistan posted 164 for 9 in 20 overs, led by Sahibzada Farhan 63, with Babar Azam and Fakhar Zaman adding 25 each. Today, Sri Lanka will take on New Zealand in a Group 2 Super 8 match in Colombo at 7 p.m. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Renu Kataria.
Thank you, Anuja. All the dailies lead with the headline on the new PMO complex, Seva Teerth beginning its journey with a motive and responsibility to serve the common man, inspired by the spirit of Nagrik Devo Bhava. Cabinet adopts landmark resolution at first meeting in Seva Teerth, reaffirms commitment to Viksit Bharat, writes the statesman. The Asian 8 cites defence trade ties on agenda as Modi lands in Israel today. All the dailies have mentioned about the government's landmark initiative to prevent cervical cancer. A headline in the Pioneer says government set to launch free HPV vaccination against cancer for girls age 14. Supreme Court allows deployment of Odisha, Jharkhand judges for SIR in Bengal, states the Tribune, along with all the newspapers. The Economic Times cites no labour code hit, pay hikes at India Inc. likely higher this year. To reduce dependence on landslide-prone NH44, Jammu-Srinagar Vande Bharat direct trains from 1st of March in boost to J&K, notes the Asian Age. ICC will refund ticket holders if venue change, states Hindustan Times, for the semi-finals and finals tickets if matches are forced out of Kolkata and Ahmedabad due to Pakistan's qualification. The editorial page of the Indian Express writes on the India-Israel ties as a significant milestone in the evolution of bilateral relations. Under the headline, with Israel and broader Middle East, a diplomacy less defensive, more realist, the paper writes on the Prime Minister's visit there, emphasizes stronger ties with Israel coinciding with the transformation in the geopolitics of the Middle East, and finally creating a flutter at the recently concluded India AI Summit. Gurugram emerged as one of the key players in hyperlocal logistics. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Renu. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to depart on a 2-day visit to Israel this morning. Prime Minister to address Israeli Parliament and hold wide-ranging talks with his counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu. India and Israel unequivocally condemn terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, including cross-border terrorism. Union Cabinet approves renaming state of Kerala to Keralam. DGCA tightens norms for non-scheduled flight operators, says pilots cannot be simply blamed for lapses. India abstains in UN General Assembly on draft resolution calling for unconditional ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. And in cricket, England beat Pakistan by 2 wickets to enter T20 World Cup semifinals. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.